Welcome back to Keep It Real Boxing. This is Cypherbox. Okay, so just want to kind of do a review of Amir Khan's performance last night. I was going to do this as a fight night rewind, but there's a few other things I kind of want to talk about. So let's start with Amir Khan's performance against Samuel Vargas. Okay, simply put, he got the job done. I don't think it was a great performance overall, in my opinion. I don't think he'll have any other welterweights, the top welterweights, quaking in their boots with that performance, and that's the kind of performance he needed, to be honest with you, and he didn't deliver on that. Say what you want about Amir Khan, the one thing you always get with Amir Khan is excitement, entertainment, and definitely drama. He knocked down Samuel Vargas obviously in the second round, only to be knocked down himself at the end of the second round, and it was the same old mistake from Amir Khan. He drops that left, he leans back, leaves his chin in the air, and then he's acceptable to the overhand right. It's exactly what happened against Canelo Alvarez. I just did a post of it on Instagram. Go check that out if you want, a slow-mo post of both of those fights and how he made basically a similar mistake. As always, Amir Khan is always going to be acceptable when it comes to his chin. He's got that suspect weak chin, we know that. A lot of people like to call it a glass chin, but let's be honest, it's not really a glass chin. A glass chin is that one punch, boom, yeah, boom, you're out. You know what I mean? With Amir, he'll get clipped on the chin sometimes and come back from it. Sometimes he doesn't. But he has got a weak chin. We know that. That's his weakness. That's his Achilles heel. The fight overall, I felt Amir Khan, he was exciting. Yeah, he was throwing punches in bunches. The speed's still there, which is good. That's a good thing. His speed's still there, but he's still so defensively vulnerable. When he throws those punches in bunches, he throws 5, 6 punches, 3, 4, combinations. He throws without any care for defense, leaving his chin up in the air, open to the counter punch. A lot of these fighters, they know they can't beat Amir Khan for speed and volume of punches, but what they can beat him on is timing. And that was the case at the end of the second round with Samuel Vargas, and there were other instances where he got clipped on the chin, and he was wobbled. Look, end of the day, Amir Khan is Amir Khan. He's a gunslinger by nature. He's always going to be a gunslinger. That's never going to change. I don't care who trains him, whether it's Virgil Hunter. I think Virgil Hunter was probably the best in terms of controlling that speed. Getting Amir to be more economical with his punches, being more patient and box. But, no matter what, he's always going to have that desire, that urge inside of him to have a tear up. And, he wants to throw volumes of punches in bunches, and that's never going to change. And he's always going to be vulnerable for that reason. But in my opinion, based on the performance last night, I think Brook beats him. Errol, Spence Jr., Terence, Crawford, Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, even in my opinion, and Keith Thurman, they all beat Amir Khan. That's just my personal opinion. Just based on that performance, if he was to perform against any of those guys like that, they would beat him, and I reckon they would knock him out. Personally, that's just my opinion. Now, he's talking about, he wants to fight Manny Pacquiao next, because he was asked at the end, and he said he'd rather fight Pacquiao first and then Brook. And I understand why he's trying to do that. That's a legacy fight. It's a name he can get on his record. But at the same time, maybe he feels more confident beating Pacquiao than he does Brook. And people are going to say, what are you talking about? Let me explain myself. Pacquiao is an aging fighter. He's at the end of his career. He himself has said that he wants 3 more fights, 1 more this year, 2 more next year, and that's it. He's done. Okay? A lot of people were giving him a lot of credit for his victory over Lucas Matisse. I personally didn't. Yes, he got the win done, but I agree with Teddy Atlas, and I'll link the article of what Teddy Atlas said in an interview when Manny Pacquiao beat Lucas Matisse, which was, of course Manny Pacquiao is going to look impressive against a human punching bag who didn't really fire back. Yeah, and a lot of people were talking about Manny Pacquiao, his speed's still there, the speed's still there, etc., the footwork's still there. That's not the Pacquiao I was watching. I don't know what fight people were watching. Pacquiao looks like he's slowed down a little bit, in my opinion. Yeah, the footwork wasn't as quick as it used to be. So I think Amir Khan probably saw that fight and maybe, you know, thinks to himself that, you know what, I probably got a really good chance now to beat Manny Pacquiao if I want to. You know, he probably thinks it's probably a bigger money fight. You know, there's a debate, Eddie Hearn and Barry Hearn. I think even Adam Smith from Sky Sports Boxing all said that they felt that the domestic fight with Brook was a bigger money fight than the Pacquiao fight. Maybe they're right, maybe they're wrong, you know, because it depends where the fight's going to take place if Amir Khan was to fight Manny Pacquiao. You know, because Pacquiao can't fight in the US at the moment. He owes the US government taxes, for crying out loud. Now, there's rumours that it's about $20 million he owes, but all I know, he owes money and he ain't going to want to be fighting in the US again. You know, so again, you know, I feel like Amir Khan maybe thinks that this is a prime time or perfect time to take on Pacquiao, and actually he feels confident he may beat Pacquiao because Pacquiao's starting to age. I don't know, that's just me, you know, giving my thoughts on what I think Amir Khan's thinking, sorry. But he definitely doesn't want that Brook fight. There's always an excuse. You know, he's made nothing but excuses when it comes to Brook. You know, Brook recently did an interview with, I think it was BBC Sport or Talk Sport or whatever, and he basically called him a little bitch and said that, you know, he always makes excuses, which is true. There's always an excuse. You know, Brook's not a big enough name. You know, oh, Brook needs to do something in boxing. Oh, yeah, he needs to step up like me and fight Canelo. Oh, he's fighting Triple G. Beats, you know, he loses to Triple G. Then he says, oh, go fight Errol Spence Jr. And, you know, if he beats Errol Spence Jr., I'll give him a fight. Brook obviously lost that fight. You know, now he's saying to Brook, oh, you know, I'm a 147 pounder and, you know, I'm only going to fight at 147, even though he fought Phil LaGreco at 150. And Kell was like, I'm willing to come down to 150 if you want. You know, let's meet in the middle, let's do a catch weight. Because Kell, let's face it, struggles to make 147 pounds. Now, Kell Brook has turned around and said, all right, I'll come down to 147 pounds, let's make the fight. And now he's turned around and said, I'd rather fight Pacquiao first before I fight Kell Brook. Part of me thinks that if he loses, at the same time, he's probably thinking, if I lose to Manny Pacquiao, it'll be all right, because Manny Pacquiao is a legend, 8-time world champion, 11-time world, 8-weight world champion, 11-time world champion. And, you know what I mean, he's a legend, there's no doubt about that. But he's probably thinking, well, if I lose to Pacquiao, no one's going to hold that against me, and then the Brook fight's still there if I want it. So there's loads of possible outcomes there, or possible theories of what Amir Khan's thinking. But in my opinion, you know, he definitely doesn't want that Kell Brook fight right now. He's looking at Pacquiao, one, because maybe he feels he can beat Pacquiao, it's the perfect time to beat Pacquiao. And two, at the same time thinking, well, if I do lose to Pacquiao, then other fights are still open to me. But if he goes in against Brook next, you know, and he loses to Brook and gets knocked out by Kell Brook, that's it, it's all over for Amir Khan. You know, no one's going to take him seriously. It's going to be very difficult for him to come back and mount any sort of attempt of a world title shot, etc. The other thought you got to have in your head is, you know, Amir Khan looking at the money, etc. You know, is he looking for a couple of big paydays just to kind of make a bit more money and then boom, that's it, retire? You know, there's a lot of theories here, there's a lot of possibilities here, you know, which one will end up happening. I think he will push for the Manny Pacquiao fight, no doubt about it. That's what he'll be telling Eddie Hearn, despite Eddie Hearn wanting to make that fight against Kell Brook. Everyone says that fight, if it doesn't happen next, it doesn't happen at all. Crawford, you know, he was commentating and said, you know, you're not going to scare the top welterweights in the world with that performance against Samuel Vargas. You know, Johnny Nelson was the same. You know, everyone's saying the same thing. So it's a risk, because, you know, Kell Brook could turn around and say, well, he's fighting Pacquiao, you know, sod it, I'm going back up to 150. I'm going to stay at 154 and tell Eddie Hearn, get me a fight at 154 with one of the top 154ers. So, you know, this could be the last chance to make this fight between Kell Brook and Amir Khan. And it's going to be one of those fights, if it doesn't happen, I don't think Kell's going to kick himself, because Kell's done everything he possibly can to make the fight. I think Amir Khan's going to be the one that's going to kick himself, because if he retires without fighting Kell, let's be honest, he's never really going to live it down, and people are going to just say, well, you ran scared of Kell Brook. So, you know, in my opinion, I probably have to agree, now's the time to make that fight before one of these guys lose and the fight devalues. If they want to make money of this fight from a domestic point of view, because it is massive, you know, domestically, then now's the time to make that fight. You know, strike while the iron's hot. I have to agree with Eddie Hearn. He's saying the similar things that I'm saying in regards to this fight. Anyway, that's my take on last night's performance from Amir Khan. And obviously this whole situation with Manny Pacquiao, Kell Brook, etc. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment. As always, guys, like, share and subscribe. Until next time, this is Cyphbox reminding you to keep it real.